Coming up on this week's show,
we learn more about yet another staff member in 60 seconds. This week, get ready to learn about Mr. Elgin.
Later on, we take a look at girls lacrosse.
Hear from the school newspaper. All that and more coming up, so stay tuned because Friday Lightning starts right now. Hello and how's it going, everyone? I hope you're all enjoying your week so far. I'm Daryl Barnes.
And I'm Olivia Deem, and since last week we featured MMEA submissions, we didn't get to see our normal weekly segments.
But this week we're going to take it back to Olivia Howell, who this week got to know Mr. Elgin in 60 seconds.
Let's have a look.
Thanks, guys. Olivia Howell back with another week of lightning rounds. I'm with Mr. Elgin. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. What made you want to be a teacher?
I had some really great teachers when I was in high school who inspired me and made me realize that I could learn and, be a good person.
Who's your high school inspiration?
Oh, I had a great history teacher named Mrs. Dawson, and then the best teacher I ever had was my algebra teacher because I was so bad at math. Mr. Thornquist, he was like a saint from heaven. He would, every morning I'd come in and he would help me with equations. So, yeah, without those two people, I wouldn't be a teacher.
How long have you been teaching?
This is my 15th year.
Wow. Do you like psychology or sociology better?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're teaching, but my favorite thing in psychology to teach about is the brain and then psychological disorders. And then in sociology, it's deviance and crime and things like that. It's just pretty fascinating.
Do you sponsor any clubs?
Yeah, I sponsor the film club sometimes, and then we have the consciousness club as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today. Okay. I just have one more question for you. Are you ready?
You got it.
All right. Who would you like to nominate next?
I think you guys got to go meet Mr. Loomer.
All right. You heard it here. Mr. Loomer is next week. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
With the boys basketball team losing on Tuesday in the playoffs and state runs concluding for Alex Schluer and Michael Roth in swimming and wrestling, winter sports are officially coming to a close.
And this week we won't have a sports week in review, but we are looking forward to see what's in store for our spring athletes.
And on that note, let's take a look at girls lacrosse.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at Streamwood High School where the U46 girls lacrosse team is kicking off their season with a bang. We were able to interview the assistant coach, Coach Mazzoni, about how this team is going to start their season and what their goals are for the future.
Varsity is definitely a huge goal for this program, absolutely. As any high school sport, you really want to start to make that move towards that next level and get the girls prepared to be competitive at that level. I think we've created an amazing team culture. We weren't sure how that was going to look last year when you're pulling girls from each of the different high schools that don't know each other. They have different backgrounds, different interests. Obviously, lacrosse being the commonality between those girls. But I think the girls really helped to create that culture as much as Coach Holman and I worked to create that. But the girls were really welcoming. They were really friendly. They made it an effort to befriend girls from other schools. And I didn't notice last year any instances where girls were being cliquey and just staying in their own groups. They really were open to making friends with girls from other schools. And I think our bus traveling helps that tremendously because that puts us all in a contained, small location where they can talk and laugh and visit and, share their interests, music and otherwise with each other. So I think they really bonded, particularly, on the way to and from games.
Thanks, Coach Mazzoni. Wow, it looks like these girls and coaches are really excited for this new season. That about wraps it up with me. I'm Rowan White reporting for Friday Lightning. Back to you guys.
Before we go, we have one more newsworthy feature to cover.
Here's a package from our school's print-based news source.
It's called Publications One. It's a mix of both yearbook and newspaper, and we do a lot of story writing, designing, editing, picture taking. Anyone can join, obviously. And we're really looking forward to a lot of newcomers because we're always welcome. Newspapers are usually every other month, and then the yearbook obviously is at the end of the school year. Currently, there's around like 15 people, but like once again, there's always more people that can join.
And that's about all we have for you guys this week, so it's time for us to wrap things up and send you on your way.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Friday Lightning.
Don't forget to email us feedback or suggestions to sehsfridaylightning@gmail.com.
For this edition of Friday Lightning, I'm Olivia Dean.
And I'm Daryl Barnes. We'll see you guys next week.
Until then, have a happy Friday and a marvelous weekend.